makes you want to do it more. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like even like alcohol, like it makes me want to drink it more based on the fact that you probably shouldn't.
And that was illegal. And look at how much the mafia profited because it was illegal, you know? And it all goes back to money, right? So like, and they legalized it because they don't want to miss out on the tax dollars. It's just crazy. Like, I don't understand why when I bring this up, people think conspiracy or other things. And it's kind of like this. So I'll even bring it back to earth where it's like Hollywood, right? People think Hollywood is very racist. And I go, no, they're just greedy. They might be racist. I don't know. But I think they're first and foremost very greedy. And it's so like, yeah, because they go where the money goes, right? And then lately, there's more love toward the Asians, right? So like they're like, oh, Mulan is finally Disney's doing the right move, and finally, you know, like
the right move is because it's gonna make money, dude.
Bam, right? You know why? Because the first Mulan didn't go popular in China. They're like, the fuck this story. Yeah. Like, this is fake. They got a talking dragon and shit. That's why they wanted a historically accurate Mulan, so China will buy.
Yeah.
The Avengers fucking made 600 like mil domestically, but 2.5 billion internationally.
Yeah.
Right. So I think they made like dollar for dollar the same amount in China or some shit. Like they made a fuck ton of money in China. It was like 4 billion yuan. I don't know.
Yeah. And like, you know, for this stuff that's, I guess like progressive in a positive way. Like I'm on that wave of like, I really do appreciate it, you know, but to say that the reason why, for example, like they give credit to Disney, you know, they say stuff like, or not just Disney, let's just use any company. Right. And they go, dude, that's so progressive of them. If it wasn't
based off of feelings.
Yeah. If it wasn't profitable, they wouldn't have fucking done it.
Hell no.
Period. End of story. And, it's there's nothing to argue with that.
It isn't. It's a business.
100%. If everybody was against it and they knew that they weren't going to sell anything with it, they wouldn't have made that move. They wouldn't have made such huge statements about it, right? Even in terms of things that are like body positive, right? If everybody was against Nike selling larger clothing, they would not have done a larger clothing line where they're showing bigger mannequins and stuff. Is because everybody is in a good way too. It's a positive thing that is happening in my personal opinion. But to say that company made that move based on a moral decision is a very shallow way of thinking.
Right. Because we all know that America is one of the biggest obese countries in the world. So they're going to sell a lot of gym clothes.
For sure.
For obese people. It's, you know, like what the fuck, you know, it's like, duh. Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe a lot of people don't see the world this way. So they're hoping that people are moral and they're like, well, there's probably somebody there that fought for this. And maybe that's true. But at the end of the day, decisions are made by companies and politics and business because of a lot of it is because of money. Yeah. A lot of it is. I don't want to say all of it. Yeah. You know, because there might be like let's say Nike CEO's wife really cared about something, and then she was like, you know, honey, I want this, and then he was like, well, maybe I'll try to put it in. Like that happens too, you know, or like their kid is really like fighting for something, and then they're like, Dad, would do this? Yeah, like that. Those things happen, but like I think in general, if you look at how things are working, it's always tied to like someone getting paid, group getting paid, group benefiting, or group winning in some way, shape, or form. It's never like, oh man, they don't want to hire us Asians. Dude, they'll hire us Asians and us Asians only if we made a fuck ton of money for them. Yeah. If Asian male leads were getting like billions and billions of dollars like all the time, then we would wipe out the competition and there'll be no other male leads but us. Man,
it even goes further into talking about, let's not even talking about on a human level, talking about certain topics that are controversial or quote unquote what people say is controversial. Yeah. It doesn't even just give them monetary value, it gives them like social currency, right? For example, when we first started doing what we were doing, right? We just wanted to represent who we were, right? And then during this time, there wasn't like too many people like backing us up saying like, oh yeah, there are Asian people like that or whatever. There was a certain amount, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But now the wave is like Asian Americans need to stand up. And all of a sudden, But these motherfuckers come out the woodwork. It's like, yo, man, I've been supporting, Asian American. We need to get more Asian Americans on the screen. It's like, yo, where the fuck were you, 8 years ago?
I know. And
you weren't there. It's easy because you can do that now, because when you write that on Twitter, you get 800 likes, 1,000 likes. You're getting social currency from it.
Yeah.
Just on that understanding, you should understand how important it is or how money works, right?
Right.
If it works like that on a social level, it's clearly going to work like that on a monetary level, because back in the day when it wasn't really cool to say that, you were scared. You were just like, no,
they didn't have the courage.
Yeah, you're looking around your shoulder to see if other people are agreeing with you. So I mean, people know that they do that. I see a lot of Asian Americans who were very quiet before
that are now, they're puffing up their chests and they feel like they can talk now.
Yeah, and they're just talking shit about everybody else. It's like, yo, man, like you weren't there when it counted the most. Now it's easy for you to do that.
Now it's not really brave. Like, so it's like this. It's like in the 60s, being that Asian guy marching down while police are fucking like spraying hoses, like water at you and smacking you around, and you're fighting to get the Asian American studies into your university. Asians had to do that shit, right? They had to actually literally fight and lock down campus. I think it was Berkeley or whatever, so we could have a multicultural studies program. And it's crazy because they were having shit thrown at them for doing this. And I'm like, okay, that's ballsy. Going on Twitter and having a few thoughts, that to me, I don't care what, I don't give a damn how people think about me, but I think that's some bitch shit.
Well, yeah.
That is a complete weakness.
Oh, 100%. And I'm like, I love fucking Twitter, dude. Like, Twitter makes me laugh. There's a bunch
I love talking shit.
Yeah, there's some funny shit on there, but when I see some of these things that people post where they go, you know what, you shouldn't treat people like this because of this. Oh, that's how you're doing it, because you're trying to see what that emotional tick is that other people have, so you can get the retweet.
Yeah.
It's not because that's a moral stance of yours.
No, you just try. It's like that one Asian kid that went viral, calling that little white girl in a Chinese dress. He fucking talked shit, saying your dress is not my culture is not your fucking costume or whatever, right? And then later, people dig up all this shit. He was using the N-word. He was
with a hard fucking R.
Yup. He was talking mad shit. It's like, man, you ain't about that fucking activist life, dude.
It's so fucking dumb. It's funny too, because we did that video where we were talking about the whole. Was it Dino and Chemo or whatever? The poncho people that they were out in fucking Highland Park in East LA and shit like that.
Yeah.
And some people, there was like some Mexican folks that were like, oh, we don't care if people wear ponchos. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's understandable. But how you feel about that doesn't mean that those people who live in those heavily Mexican areas that are Mexican, they can also feel like they're not cool with it too.
Yeah.
Like you can't speak for that whole culture. I guess, I mean, we all do that sometimes too, right? Because we're putting ourselves in those boots. I think the poncho wasn't an issue. Like ponchos are hot. I've been like in the last 2 years ago, like ponchos got really big. People were wearing it for fashion, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't the poncho that was offensive. It was the fucking mustache, the sombrero, the fucking...
Or I don't know what they were recording.
Yeah, they were recording. They were making I think that dude in the video was upset because the guy was trying to profit off of making fun of Mexican people. That's what it was. They're not always mad about the actual poncho, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I fucking used to wear sombreros all the time just because it kept the sun out of my head. You know what I mean? Because I used to get it at the flea markets a lot. Yeah. And that's all Mexican folks. There's Mexican and Korean people all the time. So I used to wear like sombreros when I was used to working at this place called Denayos out in Sacramento.
I feel like people are just getting more and more socially stupid, and they just don't understand context. Like, I throw this word around a lot, but I just want people to understand that just words and things are just like
just objects or something.
Yes. And it there's a feeling attached to that, and you got to read what that means, and it takes time. But man, it's just damn. There's so much misunderstandings going on.
Yeah,
man.
like for example, it's getting summer and it gets hot. There's something that I wear. So a really good friend of mine named Amen, her mom got me a fucking dashiki when she went to Africa, right?
Yeah.
I wear that shit during the summer because it's nice and cool, right? But
it's meant to be in hot areas.
Yeah, it just feels good. And I like the way it feels. I like the way it looks. It's dope, right? And I'm not going outside wearing the dashiki going, how are you today? You know what I mean?
My name is David.
I know. Hello, my name is Dave. What do you want to drink today? Like I'm not going out there with an African accent. I'm wearing the fucking dashiki because it was a gift and I like the way it looks and it's dope. You know what I mean? I'm not mocking the culture. I'm appreciating it, right? And even then some people have some shit to say to it, right? They'll be like, "Oh, why do you wear it? Like, don't wear that shit." It's like, I was like, bro, I bet, do you have a fucking dashiki straight from Africa given to me by an African woman? You shut the fuck up. She tells me it's okay. I'm gonna fucking wear it.
Oh man,
you know?
that's just crazy.
So yeah, so context does matter, right?
I did read a lot of